And hello, all my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back to the text-based adventure Underfell. So, last where we left off, we made it to Waterfall, we got past Papyrus, and now we're here in the marshlands of Waterfall, as far as I'm aware. And apparently, we don't really need a phone or flashlight. All we ever need is ourselves. You raise your hand to your chest where your soul usually appears. You've never been able to call on it before you fell. But things are different now. You have your determination. You know you can do this. You close your eyes, your determination is there. Your will, your drive, your everything beats in tandem with your heartbeat. It propels your soul to constantly move forward. You will not stop. You will not give up. You will not fail. You can do this. Warmth blooms out from your chest, and darkness is chased away by green light. Seeing your soul in all its beauty light up the world around you fills you with determination. And it's time to figure out a way out of this marsh. See, take a path left, forward, or right. Choose not to take any paths and trudge through the marsh. That's a bit risky though. I'd say we keep going forward. Like, as obvious as that is, like, forward is probably the best way to go. With the light in your green soul illuminating the path, you march forward. As you walk, you brush against the echo flowers on the path. You hear a passing conversation. Hear about the human? The one who... Yes, they had a strange weapon. I heard about that. But the royal guard stopped them. Humans are dangerous. You reach the end of the path. You notice someone. There's a red and purple fish-like monster at the end of the pathway. Here comes Shiren. The marsh is silent. The only light comes from you. It smells like music? Does music have a scent? You know what? You hum. You hum a little tune. Shiren shifts around the marshy waters, her voice barely above a murmur as she yells back. Sayuri, sayuri, say. Side me, side me. Musical notes are generated to the air, but they disappear like foam of a wave. There's no heart of her music. Again. You hum again, a little louder this time. The water splashes as she turns to face you more. She comes back. Sci-fa, sofa, so mi, re, re. More musical notes pop up into the air. The flowers start to glow a bit more for magical notes. For a brief moment, the marshlands aren't so dark. But it only lasts a moment. Sharon's still too quiet. You hum thrice. You hum loudly and tap your foot against the squelchy path. Sharon turns to face you fully. She hums. Mi so, mi si, mi la si or so. I'm sorry to subject you guys to my terrible singing. I'm not that great at singing. The music notes pop into the air with more color and vibrancy before. They're beautiful. Sharon warmed up. She's a talented singer and is looking to you. With both your vocal cords sufficiently warmed up, it's time for you to start your debut. You clear your throat to sing. Oh, do I actually get to choose? Yeah, you know what? Let's actually go with the regular spectrum. You know, because like the actual the do mi because she was singing the do re mi fa sol la, yeah, that thing. It's supposed to teach like your pitch or something like that. I think I'll just go with that. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Sharon listens to you. She repeats your words. Ah, that's cool. As she sings, the marshland lights up around you. Colorful notes appear in the air and dance to the tune. They circle around the two of you, their magic warming the air. What a lovely sound. She's tapping a little beat with her fins. It's the second verse. You sing. Oh, okay, so should I just do the reverse? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the reverse. I'm just gonna do the reverse of that. There we go. Sharon happily listens to you. She sings words back to you, joy in her voice. Then she adds lyrics of her own, which you repeat back. Your voice is raised in harmony and loudly echoing against the marsh. The echo flowers pick up on your words and start to repeat them. The two of you have created your own concert. You sing together. Your voices melding together like peanut butter and chocolate. Oh, that is a good combo. You're, you're in a whirlwind of her musical magic, and you catch echoes of her hopeful delight. At the end of the song, Sharon looks at you with a smile on her face. Thank you, she says. Thank you, the flowers echo. Mercy, you give her a bow, give her a curtsy, hum a farewell song. You give her a bow. She dips her head in farewell to you as she slowly sinks into the marshy waters. Wow, says Flowey. All falls silent again. I, I feel like I shouldn't be surprised by this point, Flowey jokes. You raise your hand in a high five. He slaps it with his sleeve. It's time to return. Let's go left. I want to see what the left path holds for us. And if the left path is the way forward, I'll just come back here. March forward. You hear a passing conversation. La la la. What are you singing? Don't know. It just came to me. Can you teach me? Okay. La la la. And it just la la la. Your boots get caught in a stray rock. You nearly trip but catch yourself. Are you okay? Flowey asks, worriedly. You reassure Flowey you are okay. Continue to walk along the path and hear another conversation. The ruins. What happened? A few humans came through. What? They attacked on sight. No surprise. Humans know best, don't they? If kill or be killed. This path is taking you to a dead end, but you must turn around and choose a different path. Alright then, let's go right. Why is everything red? What's wrong with red? Nothing, but it's all we see. Because it's all we know. What do you mean? Did you know humans bleed red? But monsters don't. When we die, we turn to ash. Yes. In the war against the humans, all we saw was red. All they saw was red. Ashes stained red. They can't die. They can die, they can bleed. We can survive them. We can't forget that. Humans are strong, but we can be stronger. Our king's magic turned red the day we were sealed. So we won't forget. And now none of us can forget. Red stained ashes. Your foot connects to solid ground. You did it. You made it out of the marshes. The thought of no longer having wet toes shows you determination. Your soul pulses once it disappears. The light is no longer needed. Thinking, Flowey praises you. We got out of there pretty quick, huh? You hold your hand over your shoulder and Flowey taps it with his leaf. You're really cool, Richie, says Flowey. Yes, you are. You walk along the wooden path. It seems the water from the marshes runs underneath the wood as you walk near the water moving. The hotlands aren't far from here, says Flowey. We crossed the waterfall and then one more bridge to connect. The wooden path splits off to one side and continues down the cavern. On the right, it opens to a wide deck. There are railings along the edge of the deck, except at one spot where they have been hacked to pieces, so only bits of poles remain standing. There are more red crystals in the ceiling. The room is significantly brighter than the tunnels have been. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. You blink away the spots and notice you and Flowey aren't alone. Gathered around that hole is a group of small monsters, most of them peering over the edge into the darkness below. Gosh, what a precarious spot to be. Anyone could sneak up behind them and shove them over. You walk past them and continue on your journey. You walk up behind them and say hello. Why not? Let's just go ahead and be friendly. Hello. You walk behind them and say hello. The monster jumps, all turning around. Whoa! You're a human! The monster who exclaimed is the shortest one. Looks remarkably like Violet, the bunny monster from Snowden. Yes, you are. You have stripes! A monster that... Oh, is this the monster kid? A monster that comes up to your hips jumps up and down in revelation. You notice this monster is yellow and orange. Yep, it's Monster Kid. Spike stands back. He has a black jacket on. Yes, you do. The group of monsters swarm around you, chattering excitedly. What a nice pace change. Are you really human? I don't sense any magic from you. Where's your magic? What kind of stuff do humans eat? What's it like being on the surface? Do all humans wear stripes? The questions come non-stop. You don't have a chance to answer them. Thankfully, Flowey intervenes on your behalf. He pops up from the spot in the back, your backpack, stretching himself so he can glare over at the children over your shoulders. Stop bombarding him! One question at a time. And remember your manners. Introduce yourselves. Bunny Monster hopped in front of you. Her long ears flopped with each movement. She wore a baggy black hoodie and dark purple pants. Said, "I'm Puffers. Are you really human?" "Yes, you are human. You take the time to introduce yourself." "Whoa!" They all go. We aren't allowed to talk to humans," Puffers excitedly explains to you. "This is so cool. We're such rule breakers." "Why aren't they allowed to talk to humans?" "Because humans are super dangerous." The straight monster hops from one foot to the other. You notice he doesn't have any arms. Yeah, that's Monster Kid. They're, they're all evil, so all kids are supposed to stay away from them. "Oh, I'm Mon." A third monster blurts out. "Are you evil?" "You do not think so." "What's the surface like? Where do you live?" I'm Revamp." The third monster gives you a toothy smile. They're, they're the tallest among the group with an elastic, oozy body that constantly shifts. Just like a lava lamp. You live in a large city. You have a small apartment that you live alone. You have a large apartment on campus at a university, sitting near a forest, sitting near the ocean, on the outskirts of a large city near Mount Ebot. I mean, if we were able to get to Mount Ebot, then it makes sense that we live close to it, right? "We have a city here too." "I wonder if your city is as big as ours," asked Revamp. You aren't sure. You haven't visited the monster city yet, so you cannot compare. I should accept this answer. A monster in the shape of a candle's flame bobs up and down. "I'm Wick. Answer my question next. What do you do?" "You are a full-time student?" "Part-time job as a barista. I wish." You do commission work to help fund your day-to-day life. Full-time office job. I'm willing to count you two as freelance work if you think about it. Yeah, freelance work. Your answers always sparks more questions. You have to fully explain what you do until they're satisfied. The children exchange glances, and you realize this is your chance to ask a question of your own. What do they want to talk to you if it's against the rules? Or why do they want to talk to you if it's against the rules? Because it's cool to break the rules, and we're the coolest. What are they doing over here? See this edge? Puffer points out. We're daring each other to jump off it. You peer over the edge. It's pitch black. You can only hear the sound of rushing water. It's the waterfall. Puffers explains. There's star moss at the bottom, so it'll lighten up once we touch it. Is it not dangerous? No. Undyne's jumped off lots of times before. Mom is quick to explain. Yeah, we're gonna be cool like her. Super cool. The coolest. Hey, human, do you want to jump with us? Revamp asks. Yeah, you're cool, right? Jump, jump, jump. Because hell yeah. Gently discourages them from doing something so dangerous. I think that's probably my best way out of this. I'd rather not die. Most of Chojomi knows the disagreement. It took several minutes of persuasion, but they did relent. If only all monsters could be talked down like that. Fine, Puffer sighs dramatically. We won't jump. Why does it matter to you? Vamp groans. You're not our parents. Even so, monsters or not, you can't stand by and watch children put themselves in needless danger. Do human children not jump off waterfalls? No, not that you're aware of. Well, that makes sense, says Mon. Humans are really weak, right? You playfully poke Mon. The monster children aren't? We're not weak, Mon protests. The armless monster hops forward to you, trips on nothing, and proceeds to face plant it to the ground. The other children laugh. You laugh alongside the other children. You can't really help Mon back up. Why not? Mon gives you a sheepish okay as you help him. You brush the dirt off his stripes. Thanks, Ricky. You ask the children if they've met any other humans. Not directly. says Revamp. Her body morphing into a blob that dropped onto concrete. Like a blob dropped onto concrete. We've heard about them, though. Yeah, the last human was caught by Mr. Papyrus, says Puffers. He's part of the Royal Guard. He's a, he's a human hunting maniac. He's caught the most humans. You think back to your friend with Papyrus. His remorseful undertone, every death by his hand did not feel it was done with joy. Wait, caught? Not killed? Mama says there are only two humans Mr. Papyrus has killed before, Revamp says. Look at, he's really good at his job. He always keeps us safe. That's why he's the boss of Snowden. Boss of Snowden? You had heard Sans refer to Papyrus that way before, but you hadn't realized it was an actual title. Yeah, he's really cool, like Undyne. And Undyne is? She's the captain of the Royal Guard, Hans shouts. He jumps up and down in excitement. All humans who make it out of Snowden don't get past her. She catches all of them. The monster children look up at you with sparkling eyes. She'll probably try to catch you too, says Puffer. So cool, I'm jealous. There is a lull, and you don't have an opportunity to ask more questions. You ask the children about Undyne. It only makes sense. You have a good feeling that Undyne will be your next obstacle. Undyne's the coolest. She's the captain of the Royal Guard, Puffer says. She was trained by King Asgore himself. And you'd think you have to face such a person, and likely soon. Sounds dangerous. She actually patrols this area, says Mon. Her house is in the marshes. Wow, really? The marshes? Then again, if Undyne is the captain of the Royal Guard, she must have a powerful magical presence. It likely never goes dark in the marshes when she walks through. She hasn't come to Snowden often, so we've only seen her a couple of times, Wick explains. She has wicked cool attack. Enough, children. There's a sharp voice that cuts through the sound of running water. A monster children will jump around and face the owner of the voice. Fly rests his head on your shoulder, whisper. That's her. That's Undyne. Undyne, captain of the Royal Guard, is a tall fish-like monster. He has blue scales and long red hair. Her right eye is as yellow as Toriel's, although much sharper and more dangerous. You think to yourself, she has an eye patch over her other eye. She wears black shirt cut off at her midriff, with a red outline of a heart on it. Long red sleeves. She has black leather pants with long red boots. It's similar design to Papyrus. You wonder if there is a Royal Guard uniform. Undyne steps up to the children. Her wide grin shows off how many rows of sharp teeth. You politely introduce. Shut up! I don't care. Kids, get behind me. Undyne orders. You see in her right hand there is a glow of red. Suddenly, magic forms and solidifies into a shape of a red spear that Undyne grips tightly. But Puffers looks between you and Undyne. It's okay, Undyne. Richie is harmless. Revamp bows her head. Yes, Richie talked us out of jumping down the waterfall because he was worried about us. Yeah, Molly agrees. Richie's really weird like that, but it's totally fine. The children take a few steps forward. They suddenly position themselves between you and Undyne. Oh, that's a first. For the first time since you fell, a monster has made a gesture to shield you from harm. It's a small gesture. You wouldn't want any children to jump on a spear for you, but considering what you have already faced, it means a lot. You're genuinely touched. So much you feel with hope. You're speechless. You're overjoyed. A lot. You're filled with hope. You have already come so far in your journey. You have stayed alive and befriended hostile monsters, and now you have monsters wanting to help you. And at once, you're filled with determination. Your soul flares of life and steps out from behind the children. You will not back down. You choose to flee. I think we have to run away from Undyne anyways. That's how the pacifist route goes, right? Hey, there we go. Spirit of justice. You do not want the children to see such violence. You cock your head to Undyne and tell her it would be best if you two moved away. Undyne twirls her spear around, her sharp yellow gaze focused on you, her lips curl into a sneer. What an irritation you are. Her only visible eye flick flickered to the children watching on. She scoffed. Alright, since you weren't a complete scumbag, I'll give you a head start. Run, human. I would definitely take that chance, Father whispers to you. Take the path on the right. It goes to Hotlands. You tell Undyne you don't want to fight, so you will take her up on her offer. You run away. She laughs as you flee. Right, Father urges you to sprint. That's right, you wimp. Run! You do not falter. Your legs move as fast as they can carry you as you run. You take the right as Father instructs. The flooring is uneven. The path you have traveled has never been smooth, but you are running like your very life depends on it. But you find it unusually difficult to traverse. There are many little pebbles that you can feel under your boots. You kick them up as you run. Some of them are kicked with enough force that they bounce off the ceiling above you. A thought occurs to you as you run. If Undyne attacks you from behind, it'll be Flowey who takes the brunt of it. He's on your back after all. You can't let that happen. He's your friend. You won't let that happen because he's here because of you. Damn it. You won't let that happen. He's been with you since you started your journey through Underfell. He's been your guide and stayed by your side through everything so far. He didn't have to come with you, and yet he did. He doesn't have to guide you, and yet he does. You owe him, and you shrug the backpack off your shoulders as you continue to run. Polly lets out a, huh? You have to place it in front of you, now carrying the backpack front-facing. You hug it close to you. Richie? Polly whispers to disbelief on your face. Are you shielding me? You tell Flowey to keep his head down. It'll be dangerous. Promise family you will keep him safe. You give him a reassuring smile. You give him his head a pat. That is funny. You tell him you keep him safe. Flowey tugs his head against your chest. Okay. With your friend in your arms, you continue to flee from Undyne. You aren't alone in this. You have to stay alive, not just for yourself, but for Flowey too. You're filled with determination. And then something hits your back of the head, and your vision goes black. You've died. Headshot! It's not just you anymore. You stumble for a second, coming back from disorienting. One moment you're nothing, limbless, blind, floating, but you are suddenly forced back into everything with your determination. You do not have the luxury to ponder the transition. However, because you have to duck now, you duck and the rest of your whizzes over top of your head. Oh, it's kind of like the tutorial fight. It's quickly accompanied by several more. You instinctively start twisting your body side to side, randomly ducking and jumping as you run. The spears are unrelenting. More than once you feel a burning sensation, tears tear across your limbs. You cannot stop though. You have to press on. Your heart is pounding. Your breathing is uneven. Your chest feels tight. Your limbs are burning. Adrenaline pumps through you. You can keep going. You can do this. You can do this. You duck again at random. 3 more spears shoot over you. They embedded themselves into the ground. Their red light distractingly bright. You have to maneuver around them. Left at the fork, says Flowey. You take a left when the tunnel splits. You can see a light ahead. You hear Undyne's footsteps thundering behind you. She's gaining on you. You burst through the tunnel in the cavern hot air. The air is dry and scorches your throat with each breath. They're a bridge! It's a bridge very similar to the one in the chasm in Snowdon, although this one crosses lava. Up ahead and across the bridge, you spot a pedestal. You can see red crystals used to power it. You continue to sprint across the bridge, and Undyne closes on your heels. The bridge creaks and shakes with each step. More and more spears zoom around you. You reach the end of the bridge. The spear slices through the red crystal on the pedestal. Debilitating agony shoots through your right leg. A spear has gone through you. Your knees buckle under the intensity. You fall forward, just barely catching yourself on your elbows. You don't crush Flowey. Your head whips around. Your eyes widen as Undyne nears you. There's sparks of red coming off the bridge. Time slows, but she doesn't reach you. Blinding light shoots off all over the bridge. Lightning and thunder crackling through the air as raw magic bursts free. You flinch under the light, although it only lasts a second. As soon as it's gone, you realize immediately that the bridge is also gone. As for your pursuer, Undyne is falling. She's falling into the lava. She will die, unless you save her. You do it without a thought. Your panic lets you forget all the pain for a moment. You scramble forward and reach out your hand, and she grasps it in her own. You catch her before she completely tumbles. You're expecting a great weight, but to your surprise, she doesn't weigh that much. What are you doing? Oh yes, drop her. She'll kill you. She is shaking. You realize she is struggling to keep a grip on you. The attacker earlier electrocuted her, so you aren't familiar with how magical electricity affects monsters, but you suppose it's some form of paralysis or like seizures that would make sense. It'll be up to you to pull her up. Richie, don't do this. You'll get yourself killed. You pull up with all your might. If a drunk dog from earlier weighed the same as a bicycle, you'd estimate Undyne the same plus a basket. It's curious how light monsters are. They don't have traditional organs or even a consistent skeletal structure. They're nothing but magic. Although she is not too heavy, it is still difficult. You only now notice how covered in scratches you are. Your skin throbs, your joints ache. There's a consistent pain in your right leg. Despite it all, adrenaline and determination gives you the strength to pull her up. Flowey sighs as you do. Undyne lays her on her side, grimacing as she shakes. You suck up a gulp of air, your heart warming up in your chest. 1 beat, 2 beats. Undyne stops shaking. 3 beats. She sits up. 4 beats. She looks at you, her expression difficult to read. Her only visible eye is narrowed, and her lips are tugged down in a frown. Silence stretches between you two. You stand up and start to walk. She stands up and starts to walk away. 1 day, human, she says quietly. Leave Underfell by tomorrow. By tomorrow, I will not hunt you. He crosses another bridge into Hotlands, and you are left alone. Richie, your leg, Chloe frets. That's right. You never have to be alone again, you know? You take a look at your right leg. In addition to numerous scratches covering your body now, there's a gaping gash in your right calf. It's oozing enough blood that you know if you don't get it patched up soon, you'll be in trouble. Chloe is frantically wrapping his vines around the injury. Sorry, this'll hurt. He tightens it. The pain is so significant you feel you might throw up and pass out. You don't, somehow. Your vision darkens as you woozily teeter. Although you are seated, you feel a desire to lay down. If only I was stronger, he whispers, staring at your leg. I'm sorry, Richie. It's okay. You can deal with this. It won't be comfortable to walk, but surely you can hobble or hop. You can hop. Come on, Richie, says Polly. There's a laboratory in Hotlands. I'm sure there's something healing supplies we can use. You give Flowey a smile. You offer him a high five. He accepts. Flowey shakes his head. Let's go. You need treatment. Yes, that sounds good. Enter the Hotlands. End of Waterfall. You're a man. You fell into Underfell with. Yep. On a black sweater with 2 green stripes. Long enough to cover your butt. You're wearing a pair of city boots. Yep. Me and Fires the first time immediately thought it was cool. Oh, so it does remember. I like how it remembers. You died 18 times. You could have died less, but that's okay. At least the next area will be warmer. Your poor toes can finally have a break. You still have a mysterious chain. It looks important. What do you think it's for? Trying to remember your song. You saved Undyne. What a kind soul you have. Hopefully you can get treatment soon. You're on the friendship route. That's wonderful. The air is hot and dry. Your leg throbs. Flowey did a good job bandaging it with his conjured vines. You won't be bleeding out anytime soon. It's tricky to stand. Moving your right leg at all causes sharp pain to shoot through your body. You have to move slowly and carefully, putting all your weight on your left side to force yourself up. You hesitantly put a little weight on your right leg. Nope, no good. Nada, do not. Mistakes were made. You instantly regret your hubris. Let me go ahead and check some kind of cane, says Flowey. I can move to the ground here without much effort. That would be very appreciated. Flowey picks himself out of the backpack as soon as he hits the ground. He burrows underneath it. It's an odd sight, like seeing a dolphin diving into the ocean. Not like a flower hitting the ground. He comes back a few minutes later and drags a battered baseball bat with nails sticking out of it. Carefully take the handle and use the baseball bat as a short cane. Give Flowey a wobbly smile and thank him. There's a lab not too far, he says. You notice he seems tired. Sorry, moving objects with me can be draining. Come on, follow me. You do. Flowey pops up and down in the red soil. He guides you through the hotlands. You have to do a hodgepodge of hobbles to progress. Each step forward burns. Your injury throbs. You have many more cuts. Your pair of sturdy jeans are ripped up, and partly stained from your blood. All of your other cuts are easily ignored in favor of the feverish throb in your leg. You don't have the mentality to look around or focus on anything other than following Flowey. He stops outside the white building. Go in, he says. It's never locked. When you approach, the door slides open. Dr. Alphys's Flowey tilts his head. Weird. No one visits her, so she never bothers to lock her door. You hobble inside at once you are greeted by a crisp, cool, air-conditioned air. You hadn't realized you were burning up until you felt the temperature difference. It made you shiver. You look back outside where Flowey is. Wait here. Let me look for some medical supplies first, said Flowey. You look at the tiled floor. Can Flowey walk across it with his roots? No, says Flowey. I use magic to get around. I phase through things. It's tiring, but since you carried me all this way, I've been able to rest. Leave this to me, okay? You give Flowey a smile and thank him for his help. You watch him slide across the tile. He moves like a fish in water. He stretches up to gently bump his head against your forehead in a gesture of affection. Then he pops underneath the floor and is gone. You count to 70 before he returns. He drops a box filled with green vials and spray bottle. He uses his vines to attach one of the vials to the spray bottle. He then starts to spray your injuries. The vines around your leg loosen. You carefully unwrap them as he continues to spray around. The green magical liquid is cool against your injuries. You watch in amazement as your skin regrows and the dried blood evaporates. Your pain vanishes. It is replaced by a tingly, numb sensation. You have been healed. Flowey sighs. His petals are drooping. You ask him if he's okay. Yes, I'm kind of tired, Flowey says with a small smile. Do you mind if we rest for a few minutes? Of course. You pull off your backpack and help Flowey back inside. Once settled, he rests his head on your shoulders and closes his eyes. You take this time to look around. You're in a large room with white and gray tiles, white walls, and fluorescent lighting. There are shelves filled with odd contraptions you can't identify, and books written in a language you can't read. On closer inspection, it looks like the writings you saw in the ruins. There's a workbench filled with tools on the end, and on the opposite end is a massive monitor with some kind of computer system set up around it. It looks like something straight out of a comic book. You've never seen such a setup before. You wonder if the owner took inspiration from classic villain layers. Wait, the monitor is flashing red. Warning, system failure. Taking care not to jostle Flowey, you make your way over to the computer. There are 100 buttons to press. It takes you a while to find the one marked as Enter. The warning disappears and a report is put up in its place. Warning, unknown power source detected in system. System overloaded. Fires detected in sublevels 5 through 8. Fire suppression system activated. Second power surge detected in the system. System overload. Lost connection in levels 5 through 15. System overload. Cannot reconnect to repair bots. System overload. Please evacuate. Well, that's not good. It says to evacuate. That's probably a good idea. While he raises his head, he squints and screams. Oh, that explains some things. And your curious expression while he elaborates an overly cheerful tone. This place is a mess. Since we got what we came for, we should leave. Glance at the monitor. Leaving would definitely be the safest option. As you turn to do so, a thought pops to your head. Where's Dr. Alphys? You had not encountered anyone on the way to the lab. You did not spot any alerts on the way. Well, the only thing that tells you this place is dangerous are the warnings on the monitor. There are no sirens, no flashing lights, absolutely nothing to alert anyone outside the laboratory that something is wrong. According to Flowey, no one comes to the laboratory often either. So if there was an issue like there currently is, would someone have found out earlier and helped Dr. Alphys? You would hope so, but you don't feel confident that that's the case. Flowey might have seen something when phasing through the lab. Maybe he can confirm if it's empty. Should you ask? No, let it go, you want to leave. You ask Chloe if you saw anyone inside. Chloe does not meet your gaze. You gently ask him. Ask him again. You'll put yourself in danger if I tell you. That's your decision to make, isn't it? I don't want to lose you, he says. I finally feel, I feel with you. You blink your hazel eyes at him. The way he worded that was odd. Still, it's clear your friend is distressed. You reassure him you'll be okay. He's silent for a minute, sullenly looking down at the tiles. I think Dr. Alphys is trapped in the basement. Then you'll have to go rescue her. Why? He says. You know what she's done to humans? You know what she's done to fellow monsters? She's evil. You don't believe anyone is evil. Everyone has a reason for their actions. You won't judge her until you've met her. It doesn't matter what she is, it doesn't define who you are. You're not going to turn your back on someone who needs help. Yeah. Why are you so... Chloe looks up at you with a mixture of fondness and exasperation. I hate that part of you. You very much doubt that. Oh, shut up, Chloe sighs. I think she's in the basement. There's only one elevator here. He looks at the massive steel door in the back of the room. It looks... well... you'll see. Yes, you will. First things first, gotta get through the door. It looks like there's a keypad on the right side of it, and you'll need to find a password first. What are the odds of a royal scientist leaving around a physical copy of their password? Not very high. Not very high, Chloe deadpans. You could probably find take a few guesses before it locks you out, though. You approach the door. Someone here needs help. It is up to you to save them, and you will. You're full of determination. You make an attempt at the keypad. Most passcodes give you 3 tries, so 2 guesses should be fine. Your first guess is completely wrong. The door light flashes red, and a metal plate slides over the keypad. Okay, I guess not that keypad. Oh golly gosh, what a shame. Fly says. Guess we can leave now. We can't do anything now, right? Fly presses. Come on, let's leave. The royal scientist isn't worth the effort, trust me. Nothing you can do. There is a way though, isn't there? A way to undo. You've gone back in time before. As you call your soul, surely you can call that other thing. That sensation of coming back to life. Focus on your soul. It beats in tandem with your heart. You do this, can't you? Yes, you can. You breathe out slowly and focus the last time you felt determination. Your word tells everything. Everything goes black. You feel hands on you. Everything seems slow and uncomfortable. Oh. I recognize that song. I recognize that song very well. Everything seems slow and uncomfortable. There's an immediate sense of wrongness about the situation that triggers a sense of panic within you. Death and bodiless. You had no sensation. Here you arguably feel too much. You were somewhere very cold and so very, very not alone. A shudder goes through you. Well done. Wait, can I actually put this in a Wingdings translator? I recognize these as Wingdings. Okay, let's see if I could... Okay, there we go. That's it. Oh, it literally just does translate to well done, child. Okay, it was translating it for me. You blink away the darkness. Well, that was something. But you did it. You're back in the laboratory before you try the keypad. You decided to guess a few more combinations. This might take some time, but that's something you have plenty of. When the door locks up again, you know what to do. You go back to that void. There are hands on your shoulders. There are hands on your arms. There are hands on your waist. Hands on your legs. You cannot see. You cannot move. You're in a cold... You cannot move. You're in a cold, black, inky sludge that weighs you down. Then you hear that voice again. Because you are you. It is a distortion. It comes out as staticky and glitchy in your head. like listening to a broken radio. And I am me. It buzzes and cracks. It hurts to listen to. You want to flinch away from it. But you cannot move. It feels like it's inside you. I help you. The hand tightens around you. 0713116. When you are back again, whole, warm, and alive. Not in that void. You cannot help but reflexively suck in a big gulp of air. You shudder. You feel like you need a cold shower for your soul to cleanse that wrongness. Death was nothingness, but when you reset, you're in a place that's neither alive nor dead. You can only call it a void because you have no other word to describe it. It was an uncomfortable place. It feels wrong. It feels very wrong. 071316. Those were the numbers the voice gave you. If they worked, what does that mean? If you make your way over to the door, your hand shakes as you type in the numbers. The door slides open. Wow, first try. Good job. Polly praises you. No, not first try. Not by yourself. You take a shaky breath. Although you're not in the void, its presence lingers on you like a wet blanket. It feels much more exhausting to reset than it does to die. What does that mean? Why can you go there? Why is it so horrible? Are you okay? Chloe asks you. You are okay. You can do this. You give him a tired smile. It's time to progress. Let's save Dr. Alphys. When you enter the corridor, at once you see issues. The tiles are sterile white, as are the walls. The fluorescent lights flicker ominously. There's a partial cave down the hallway. But wall debris is stacked up on each other as live wires and chunks of ceiling dangle from above. You cautiously walk down the hallway. You can climb through the rubble, but it'll be a tight fit. There's only barely enough room for you and Flyer to crawl through. You hop up with the concrete rubble and start to make your way through. The light continues to flicker, making it difficult to see. It also hurts your eyes. You feel a headache coming on you from the constant flickers. You hope your epilepsy medication hasn't worn off today. Thankfully, you have excellent vision, so it doesn't bother you too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and also hurt my eyes, because actually blinking lights have actually been hurting my eyes for a good while now, so I try to avoid flashing lights. You finally make it through to the other side. You swing your legs down and touch the floor. There's a zing of energy. It doesn't hurt. It's over too quickly to hurt. Well, hell, you have died. You're wasting time typing in the passcode again. Wait, what does that mean? Wait, what does it mean? What does it mean? It's quiet without you. It's quiet without me? What's that supposed to mean? You move with a purpose and crawl through the debris again. This time you take the time to properly examine the other side. It looks like when part of the wall collapsed, it caused a water leak. The floor is mostly covered in water. Thankfully, the water doesn't reach the elevator, so there's a safe spot. The live wires are falling into that water and are pumping out enough power to instantly kill you if you touch the floor. You can see the elevator on the far end. It is lit up, so there is some power to it. It's your only way forward. You see no other door or hallway, so you must try to get to it. The question is how. Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and figure that out in the next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video to your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.